Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Last time we did a few test flights. They weren't amazing. Some of them ended well, some of them didn't. It was interesting to say the least. But this time we are going to probably do more test flights. Yay! It's going to be great. Okay. First off though, we have enough science points to potentially get a new research. And the question is, what sort of research shall we get? I was looking at either general construction... Oh my lord. It's probably going to be general construction, people. We just need to look at this. Do we want this? I don't think we want this. General construction. So, I saw something and it made me freak out. What did I see, you might ask? Struts. Strut connectors are going to be amazingly important. We're going to research this for 45 big science dollars. It's going to be amazing. And then, I don't even know. Let's go to the research department. Nope, the mission department, mission control. And see what we can do. Thumper solid fuel booster. Is that the big one? I hope it's the big one. Because if that's the big one, I'm totally going to do this. Should probably figure out if that's the big one or not. Let's go into research and development. It's right under here. Thumper solid fuel booster, big one. Yeah, we're going to use it. Okay. What we are going to do, folks, is we will accept this mission to test the Thumper solid fuel booster. Be amazing. And then we are going to launch a vessel using said Thumper solid fuel booster. Okay. What we need is to go in here and we shall create it. Okay, we're going to start with the Mark 1 command pod. Standard. We don't want to change too much about what we normally do or else we're probably going to die. And if we die, that would be really bad because we need our pilots. Okay. We're going to put that on there. Then we're going to throw on some science-y jazz. We're going to put on the comms relay just in case everything... No, we won't put it on here. We're going to put it on somewhere else. We're going to put the gel dude here because that's what we do. And we're going to put a thermometer over here because that's also what we do. We need these things. They'll bring us copious amounts of science, and the more science we have, the better off we are. Then we'll put on the Science Junior, and here we shall put on the comms relay right here. As well as probably a battery pack, just thinking about it. This cost should be mostly recouped at the end of the flight, so I don't think it's terribly concerning how much stuff we put on here. Then we're going to put on the stupid nose cone. We have to do it. It increases the... oh lord, it's not fitting. There we go. There we go. It increases the aerodynamics of the vessel, although makes it look completely stupid. Let's put on a heat shield, just in case. We'll throw on a stack decoupler, and now we get into the rocket section of everything. So we want a good amount of rocket fuel. We're going to put 2 of these guys here for our liquid fuel, and then we will throw on our Reliant liquid engine, just, you know, for the sake of throwing it on there. Then we shall put a stack decoupler in position. Very good. And attach the Thumper. But we're not just going to attach one Thumper. No, 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 no. You thought we were going to attach one Thumper. You fools. You know not what you speak of. We're going to put 3 Thumpers on there. Should probably move this up a bit more. So we're going to get the engines, triple Thumper maneuver, Mark 1, right there. So previously this was a bad idea because the Thumpers would start pushing in towards the vessel. It was bad. But what we're going to do is attach some struts. See those struts there? This is going to hold these fuel pods in place and make it all the easier for us to fly this vessel. Look at that. Struts everywhere. Then we shall put on it the triple nose cones of aerodynamicness, which isn't actually their name, but I think it should be. And then some wings. Ah, standard. This shall be the true hero of our century? Oh my lord, it fits! It is the true hero of our century. Enter. That's a really long name. How does that even fit? It's going to cost us 14,000 big ones, which is probably the most any of our vessels has ever cost. But it shall be worth it. How much do these things cost? 200? Barely negligible. Barely negligible? Barely noticeable in the course. So we're going to put these on here. All that these guys are going to do is hold it steady while it launches so it doesn't fall over anything, just to make sure. Now, our first goal is to check the staging. Okay, first stage, we need both the things to let go and the first rocket engines to go off. It's just going to be the ones on the side. Then we release them. Then we launch the one in the middle. Once it's done, we release that. Then we launch the liquid fuel engine. And once it's done, we release that. Excuse me. And then we glide nicely down to Earth. Amazing. Brilliant. Yes, so that's what's going to happen. Who shall fly this vessel but the great Bob Kerman, the one who has gone to space and returned? Bob Kerman, I know you're thinking to yourself right now, am I going to die today? Do not dwell upon that. Do not question it, because you're likely going to die, man. It's probably going to happen. It's unfortunate. Okay. Bob Kerman, Godspeed, you fool. 3, 2, 1, launch the vessel. Away we go. Oh, beautiful flight. Beautiful. The struts are holding it in position. We're not going out of alignment in any particularly noticeable manner. Bob Kerman shall make it truly into orbit. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even understand that he shall be going into space, into an orbit over our planet, where he shall truly understand the meaning of love and life. Probably won't understand the meaning of any of that. He's also tipping over significantly, which is a serious problem. Bob Kerman, I hope that you will survive this. It would be quite unfortunate if you didn't. Okay, we've got that done. Release the rockets. Fire the next one! Oh, Bob Kerman. You sly dog. You're going out of control, Bob Kerman. You have to understand that you're going out of control. And not do that in the future. Okay. We need to get ourselves at a 45-degree angle at this point so that we can begin to orbit Kerbal. It is the only way that such a thing will occur. Come on. Get into the angle, Bob Kerman. You know that you can do it. Feel it deep in your heart that it's necessary for you to get into orbit. I know you're concerned that maybe you won't ever come back, and I'm concerned that you might never come back, but still. It's important that you do these things. Okay. Let's check our orbit map right now. Interesting. Interesting. We're not in orbit. But if we can get into orbit, that would be amazing. Okay. So let's angle ourselves in this direction. I believe that this dot will cause our orbit to increase. So we're going to use this dot. Will it, or will it cause our orbit to decrease? I don't know. I'm going to go with this one makes our orbit increase. Because the little arrows are on the outside. I don't know. Bob Kerman. God friggin' speed. Good luck, mate. Try not to die. Please. Is this making our orbit increase? Nope. It's doing the exact opposite. Sorry, Bob Kerman. I failed you. I failed you, Bob Kerman. Come on, get back control of your vessel. You need to get within that blue spot. I don't know what's going on anymore. Let's check out our orbit map. It's terrible. It's disgusting. We failed him. We did the wrong one. Well, I did the wrong one. You didn't do anything. You had nothing to do with this failure. It's completely my fault. Bob Kerman has not made it into orbit. He has failed all of Kerbin. Observe the materials bay. Keep the science. Observe the mystery goo. Keep the science. Observe the temperature. Well, you can do a crew report instead. Keep the science. And observe the temperature. Temperature display. Log the temperature. Ah, 8 science. Very nice. There we are. We have done all of our sciencey experiments up in space. Bob Kerman will likely actually survive this situation, so it's probably going to be fine for him not to transmit it. Good luck, Bob Kerman. You're going home. This could be the end of you, Bob Kerman. I hope that you understand this. I hope that you've sent many messages to your family, and I mean, you've reconciled, you have a will. If you don't have a will and you're an astronaut, you're pretty dumb, Bob Kerman. I mean, I don't know what your stupidity rating is, but I don't think you're that dumb, Bob Kerman. I think you're smarter than that. So I'm pretty sure you have a will. I'm just gonna guess. Okay, he is re-entering the atmosphere, having failed to orbit the planet. He's also going slightly out of control because I kind of told him to go slightly out of control. Okay. There's a lot of heat coming off of that vessel because he is plummeting at a massive rate. Bob Kerman. We have to wait for this Mach to end. Bob Kerman, do not pull the chute. If you pull the chute, you shall die, Bob Kerman. Do you want to die, Bob Kerman? I don't think you want to die. I mean, if you do, I can't argue with you on that one. I mean, it's your choice whether or not you want to die. But I would say it's probably a bad idea to want to die, Bob Kerman. It would be terrible. There we go. We have returned safely to the surface of Kerbin. Assuming that no terrible thing happens, like a seagull with scissors just comes flying by and cuts all of our parachute cords. And Bob Kerman, of course, being 600 meters above the water, just plummets to his death. At which point the Kerbal space program would pretty much become completely devoted to killing all seagulls in all of Kerbin, because they don't deserve to live after having killed poor Bob Kerman. Bob Kerman, of course, being the greatest astronaut to have ever lived, period, in all of Kerbal history, because he happens to be the only astronaut to have ever actually made it into space and not died afterwards, which is quite a accomplishment, I have to say. It's very important. Here we go. Splashdown. Bob Kerman. You have returned once again from space! Good for you, mate. Recover the vessel. Brilliant. What do we got? What do we have? The true hero of our century, with apparently 2 spaces between R and century, just to put a good amount of emphasis on century, has returned. It's created 23 science for us. That's amazing. It's brought in much of the actual value of the ship has been recovered. Not all of it, unfortunately. That's very sad. And no experience for poor Bob Kerman. We should also recover all of the pieces that are out in the middle of nowhere, which is just the landing struts. Well, launch struts. They're not landing struts. Okay. So that's left us with 23 science, which is not nearly enough to get anything at all because it's all very expensive. Incredibly expensive, actually. I don't like it at all, but it's fine. So did we complete our contract of testing the Thumper? Active. What? Test Thumper. Altitude 160,000 meters. We have to get up to 900 meters per second. Ow. I think that is a bit more difficult than I thought it would be. That's not good. We're going to lose money if we fail these things. That's not good. That's very bad. Very bad indeed. 20,000 meters to 26,000 meters. That seems way too high, mate. I don't think the radially mounted parachutes would complete it. Huh. Anyway, I don't know what that's on about. Probably going to lose a significant amount of money because of that. So let's see. Mission control. Hey, mission control. Well, we've succeeded in one flight. That's nice. What is this administration's building? I'm just going to click it. What do we got? What is this? Oh, look at this. We can likely raise some money by exploiting the attention that we got out of new success ventures. Oh, takes 5% of reputation gained. Yields only 1,000 funds for each, 1 unit of reputation, which would be like 7,000. Oh. Oh, I see. Look at all these things. Yields 1 research point. Oh, we sell research. Bailout grant. It's too big to oh, wow. Oh, I see. So we can do these campaigns and it will get us stuff like money. Oh, that's nice. Okay, I'm not as concerned about running out of money anymore. Which is probably a concern, because I might just spend it all in one place, potentially right out there, and just literally blow it up for no particularly good reason, which would be sad. But, has to be done. Altitude, in flight, altitude 1,000, I see. Huh. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means, people. Anyway. Shut up. Close. Anyway, that brings us to the end of the episode. Because we don't have enough time to launch another rocket. We don't even have enough time to build another rocket. Think about it, people. We can't do it. Anyway. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Next time we shall launch another rocket. Potentially complete some missions. Probably get some money. Maybe a pilot. That would be nice. It would help a lot. And then we'll maybe not die. I'm pretty sure Bob Kerman won't die. Next time we can probably also get into orbit, which would be hugely important. But until then, thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.